Hi, everybody. Today is Thursday, March 19th. Here's Ask Allison around some of this COVID stuff. So first, I'd like to thank TherapyNotes for sponsoring us. We are turning out as much information as quickly as possible. We needed a place to organize it. So I paused Ask Allison yesterday to build out the framework for Page on Abundance about all this and with all this. I do want you guys to be impressed with me for building out the framework for a WordPress page. I've never done that successfully before, but we're all doing new things right now. So it's unfinished, but it's functional, and it does have some information on there. We've compiled information, including government and private aid. These Ask Allisons are up there. Our COVID-related podcasts, which you're getting a lot in your podcast feed if you subscribe. We're trying to hit as many niches as we can that don't seem online therapy easy. We're talking to some experts around that. We've got an EMDR person coming on. I think we're meeting tomorrow. We did somatic and play therapy. So we're trying to meet the needs that you guys are voicing to us. I would really appreciate it. Y'all throw a clap emoji. I don't care what it is, but my team has been working their tails off. And they're amazing. And today is Megan's birthday. So happy birthday, you amazing woman. I really, really appreciate everything that you bring to us. And we couldn't do it without you. So today we're talking about 3 questions that I've gotten a lot. Should I offer more sliding scale spots? Should I talk about coronavirus on my website? And my clients are canceling and I'm afraid my business is going to fall apart. What should I do? So those of us that, we're starting with the sliding scale question, those of us that are established and we're having an easy time transitioning people online, those of us who have ongoing income to meet our needs from a partner or from other money that we are bringing in, and those of us who just have the financial resources, my answer there is maybe. It's worth doing the math. I want this to be based on data, not emotion, because I think all of us would just be like, yes, of course, let me help. But I don't want you to screw yourself over in the long term. A lot of us have set our fees by the Fun with Fees calculator that Tiffany McLean puts out at heytiffany.com. And we created our fees based on what we need to do our best work. Right now, that monthly massage and the quarterly vacations you might have popped in there, they're not likely to happen in the near future. So I recommend keeping the fee that you've had the same. And after you've done some math with some of these things that are feeling a little bit more luxurious right now out of the picture because they're not necessarily available, you may have some wiggle room for sliding scale spots. I'm really hesitant to recommend more sliding scale spots to those who may not have their own basics covered and don't have business savings. We've gotten new clients in my private pay group practice this week amid my city's very intense reaction to this crisis. And so this is a suggestion for other group practice owners who can afford it. And for those who don't own group practices, I want you to understand that the margins are very tight. I know that percentage you may be seeing going to the group practice owner seems like a big chunk of income, but when you consider the overhead for group practices, it's actually, it's pretty significant overhead. So it's not like they're pocketing a ton of cash. I happen to have other income because of abundance. So what I'm doing, and I'm going to encourage those of you who own group practices and have other income or have significant savings, I also have savings, is I'm offering sliding scale at the cost of what I already pay my clinician. So basically, what I pay my employee is what I'm offering a few extra sliding scale slots for. So basically, I'm not getting paid, the business isn't getting paid, but she's getting her same amount. And I'm offering that when people call and I say, and this is true for any time, if you offer sliding scale, when somebody calls and they say, oh, I can't afford that after you've told them the amount of the fee, that's when you offer. You don't offer it first off because some people can't afford it and we want to save those slots for the people who can't. I know that the position I'm in comes from a place of privilege. And to some extent a place of diligence with my savings because it would have been more fun to spend that money, but mostly privilege. Otherwise, I wouldn't have the savings. So if you're in that position with me, please consider it. Basically, don't offer extra sliding scale spots right now if it's going to put you out of business. Do it if you can and if it feels aligned. I also have an idea for current clients who can no longer afford, whether it's private pay or insurance-based copays. And I'm going to talk about that when I talk about our last question today. So number 2, should I talk about coronavirus on my website? Probably. You don't need to rewrite your entire website, but a page on COVID or a few sentences at the beginning of your homepage are good. It's on everybody's mind, after all, so make sure you adapt it to your niche. Like if you work with couples, something about the additional stress of more time together right now, when things already weren't going so well, or substance abuse, the pull to drink or to use when you're stuck at home, and writing about the fact that substance abuse is skyrocketing right now. If you work with eating disorders, the impact loneliness and isolation have on eating disorder thoughts and behaviors. If you specialize in OCD, you could probably write 37 pages about it because that's a population that's really struggling right now. So basically, if you're hearing it in session, put it on your website. Hopefully, we'll be able to take these parts of our websites down very soon, but I don't know, right? Okay, here's the third. My clients are canceling. I'm afraid my business is going to completely fall apart. What should I do? So everybody is adjusting to a new normal. Clients are responding really differently based on their experience in their life so far. So I think about some clients who have had really chaotic upbringings. They've basically been training for this moment their whole lives. And they may be canceling because there's a familiarity to this crisis. There's maybe something exciting and interesting that feels like home. At some point, it's going to lose its luster for these clients and it's going to become triggering. And that's when some are going to call you back and get back on your schedule. Some are wanting a little space to wrap their heads around their home or their work or their financial picture so that they can figure out what they can prioritize. So I saw someone post about a concern that their clients are going to see therapy as a luxury and leave. And I'm finding the opposite is true for the clients in my practice. They're seeing us as life preservers that they can hold on to, and it is taking precedence over some other expenditures in their lives. Some of our clients are being laid off, or their hours are being greatly reduced with the threat of being laid off. So if they are insurance-based clients, their copays may still be too high for them to manage if they don't have money coming in. And private pay may be out of the question for these clients. So one option I've come up with is if you have clients for whom that's the truth, and it would be appropriate for them, and if you have the bandwidth, offering a pro bono group just for those current clients who can't afford to pay. So they're still getting some support. It's not taking up more of your time than you can actually provide by seeing all of them pro bono and one-on-ones. But if they're appropriate for a group, then, and they're open to it, then that's an option to be able to continue care with them in a way that's sustainable for you, since we don't know how long this is going on. And again, if you don't have that in you, you don't have that in you. And I think it's really important to keep checking in with yourself, because for you to be able to provide this care when you're stressed, your clients are more stressed, you have to take care of yourself. And for a lot of us, that's kind of hard to come by right now. So keep it fluid. If you're more on the rigid side like me, it's hard to keep it fluid, and sometimes that feels even scarier. But to let them know this is something that you're able to offer right now, and you're hoping to be able to offer it until everybody can restabilize. Or you could even just do like, here's a 4-week group, here's an 8-week group. It's an option for you. Do keep in mind that other people are out there exploring therapy for the first time. They don't have the tools to handle this level of stress. And so there are going to be some clients who are coming in brand new. Some are coming out of higher levels of care that are closing their doors temporarily. There are people who are seeking therapy. So if you feel like your current caseload has dropped, there are going to be some calls coming in. There's a lot that we can't control, y'all. What we can control is what we're doing to make it easy for people to find us. So putting that energy that is currently earmarked for worry into marketing, into action, is probably a better use for that energy. So for those of you who are in the Abundance Party, go hard on that marketing course, get in that Facebook group and ask questions about how to reach your people. For those who aren't in the party, you're welcome to join us. But if that's not in the cards for you right now, go through the podcasts, go through older blog posts. Those are at abundancepracticebuilding.com. They still offer actionable advice. It's not as deep as the party, but again, if it's not in the cards for you to be in the party right now, I get that. We've got a lot of free resources that will help guide you. All right, y'all, take good care of yourself. I hope to see you all tomorrow. And yeah, let me know how I can help. If you have questions for me to answer, go over to my Instagram page and DM me. That's at abundance_practice_building. There's not an underscore at the end. Go there, DM me. That's where we're collecting a lot of these questions. You can also email me at ask@abundancepracticebuilding.com. And if you want an easy place where all this is collated and not too chaotic looking, that was my need for order. I made it not too chaotic looking. It's actually a little pretty. Then that's at abundancepracticebuilding.com/COVID. All right, y'all. Bye.